This video is by request. So some people asked me for some more information about my Leitner Designs active cargo system. I've had it for about a year now. It's the original model of it, and I just wanted to show you around about some pros and cons of installing it on your Raptor or your F-150. First thing I want to talk about is the gear pod. This gear pod is the one that originally came with the rack. They now have a gear pod XL, which is on the other side. You can see my video of installing that if you go into my videos. What I like about this is that it can lock so that it's secure. Then you can unlock it, open it up, and then prop it open. This one I use as my wet or fluid holder, so that if there's a spill or anything, it doesn't affect my tools or anything like that. It's nice to have these on board just in case, you know, I have oil, transmission fluid, fluid film, brake cleaner, just handy things to have on you. Next thing I want to talk about is these Roto Packs. So they're 3 gallons each. They get just a little bit above 3 gallons. So between the two of them, I get it just above 6 gallons each. And they're mounted to the Roto Packs mount, which is mounted itself to the universal mounting plate from Leitner Designs. You can mount pretty much anything on there, like the name says, universal. I've seen shovels, I've seen axes, high lift jacks, pretty much anything. You can also mount Roto Packs on the back side, more fuel or water if needed. So it's really limitless on what you can do with these. The last accessory that I want to talk about is the Gear Pod XL. It's by far and away my favorite one. I have all my tools in here, my impact, I have some fluids that I haven't opened yet, you know, but this is like the workhorse of the rack in my opinion, because it's big enough to put so much more stuff in it compared to the regular gear pod. I do like the gear pod, the regular gear pod, because I can put stuff apart, you know, and it fits more easily on the rack. Versus the Gear Pod XL, you're basically using up an entire side for a 5.5 foot bed like this. Now, one of the things that I don't like about this is because of how it's mounted, it pulls this plastic piece up from the bedside, so you get this separation. It's not the end of the world, it just doesn't look as clean as it does from factory. Another gripe that I have with the rack is how it sits on the bed rails. So let's check it out. So I did a big long spiel, but you couldn't really see what I was talking about. So you can see the separation between the back side of the mounting bracket and the back side of the truck's mounting bracket. When I originally installed it, these were flush with each other, but as you put more stuff on it, it moves. So you have to readjust it every few weeks, especially if you put heavy loads on it. And same thing on the other side. You can see there's a little bit of separation. Now I know that this isn't an issue because I've seen other F-150s with the exact same thing. And since this is a universal setup, it fits better on some trucks than others. Another thing that I like that Leitner Designs provided is these weather strips. They give you 2 that are just a little bit longer than these small rails. They have a longer rail for, or a wider rail for certain applications. I only have 2 of the bars. However, you can buy a third, a fourth, however many you want for extra support if you have an oversized rooftop tent or what have you. I only need 2 because so far I've mostly moved surfboards, kayaks, stuff like that, not super heavy stuff, and it's worked perfectly for me. Also, you can see that the racks are above the level of the cab. So with that, you can have bigger items such as kayaks or surfboards, like I said, and they will fit over the cab. And that's one thing I really like about this rack. So on that point, I think it really comes down to what you want out of a rack or out of a bed system like this, whether the Leitner Designs is good or not for you. So like I said, these bars are above the cab, and that's perfect for me because most of my stuff won't be rooftop tents and stuff like that. It will be kayaks, surfboards, what have you. If 90% of what you're doing is a rooftop tent and you want it with a lower center of gravity, or a something that's below the level of the cab for concerns of fitting into parking garages or what have you, that might be a better choice. For some people who don't like the idea of having all the stuff in their bed open to the elements, maybe a bed cap's the better idea. This isn't the best solution for everyone, but it's the best solution for me. And I know that on one of the forums that I'm on, I've been called a shill for it, and I'm not paid or associated with Leitner Designs at all, but I love it. It's been one of my favorite things that I've added to any vehicle that I've ever owned. The look is awesome. I know a lot of people love that overland chic look. I feel like I got it, even though I'm not really going for that. Another thing is it's super durable. I've had it on my truck for a year and nothing's gone wrong on it. It's been perfect. Same car this time. I don't know what's going on. The other thing is that it's modular, so I can move the stuff around as I need to. So if I want to put another gear pod on here and take one of the universal plates off, I can do that. If I wanted to have 2 XL pods, one on each side, I can do that. So the storage and everything that you can do is not quite limitless, but close to it. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about it that you want to ask me, go right ahead. I'll provide a link to Leitner Designs. Again, this isn't not paid. I'm not associated with them in any way. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.